Alright, what is up? It is Vlogmas day 16th, right? Today's the 16th, I'm pretty sure. Is it the 16th or the 17th? Hold up, I have to check. Yeah, it's fully the 17th. It is not Vlogmas day 16. Anyway, how are you? I had a Christmas party tonight, a little get-together with a few friends. That went well. It was excellent. I did indeed drink a full flask of Pink Whitney for the first time. I think I handled it pretty well. I didn't get sick. I didn't get too rowdy. I consider myself to be pretty normal, if that would be the right word right now. I can fully tell that I drank alcohol though. What's your worst memory of drinking alcohol? Let me know down in the comments below. What time is it? I'm pretty sure it's like almost 12 a.m. So I'm only now starting this Vlogmas video for today, but the point here is consistency. That is the point to this. I'm sticking to my goal of 25 days of vlogs. The only day that I didn't upload, however, I included footage of. The only day I didn't upload was when I was traveling from Calgary back to Newfoundland. The time switch in the airport and stuff. Even that technically is silly an excuse because I could have went live, but at least I did vlog. I didn't skip vlogging. I kept through with it. And then, honestly, that's the only way to be consistent with your goals, is to simply do it. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but that's truly the only way to make progress in your life, is to be consistent with something, which is what I'm learning. For example, saving money. Not something that I've ever really done long term. I've done it in certain amounts of time in order to reach my goal, but I haven't done it long term. And that is something that heading into the new year I have to become better with, because if not, I'm just going to keep feeling the same miserable way that I am towards money, and that's just no fun. Money speaks, money talks, and I'm someone who considers myself to be a rich person, whether or not tomorrow morning I can go out and buy a Lambo, which as of right now, there isn't enough money in my bank account to do that, but I still consider myself to be a rich person. To me personally, richness is more so about your mentality towards life than it is the amount of money that you have in your bank account. That's just a personal perspective. However, both are great. Having a ton of money. What's my point to this? These are just some internal battles that I've been facing lately, especially with money. I'm not sure if many people have like New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals. I technically don't really have resolutions. Honestly, what does the word resolutions even mean? But I do, heading into the new year, over the past few years, I do have a sort of like vision that I would like to have for myself. Am I living up to last year's vision? I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you because I don't remember. It just wasn't that important to me. But I just would like to get better at saving money or keeping money longer. Letting it build, letting my fortune build even more. Heading into the new year, heading into tomorrow, let alone the new year. I'm ready to start that now. And the only way to do that is to simply do it instead of just talking about it. I have to actually be it. I have to make that come to life. But I'd rather talk about it compared to sitting in silence and just playing it over and over and over again in my head, because I do that a lot. I'm not sure if anyone else does that about certain topics in life or like certain goals that they have. I find a lot of people will just let their goals and their visions and their imagination just like play over and over again without actually allowing it to come to life and without actually being it and creating it, producing it for the world to experience. And you know, that's literally what we're here on earth to do. We are here to produce our dreams. We are here to help other people produce their dreams and so forth. That's what I tell myself anyway. I mean, what else is there for any of us to do? Truly. Overall, I had a great day. It's a Friday. We're heading into another weekend. We only have a couple of days until Christmas. I haven't even bought a lot of people Christmas gifts this year. And I didn't do that last year. And although coming to think of it, I'm pretty sure last year I was like, okay, next year I'm going to have such a great Christmas. I'm going to buy so many people gifts. There was a few years where I did that though, where I went all out with the gifts. Not this year though, not 2021. Sorry, not sorry kind of thing. It's not personal at all. That's for fucking sure. It's just a matter of my spending habits fully. That's all, truly all that it is. I don't use credit cards and stuff like that. Never have. I don't really have an interest in that. Like, if I can get through life without using a credit card, that works for me. Maybe next year I'll be better with my money going forward, considering my mindset that I'm experiencing here right now. I'll be better with my money, so I'll be able to buy people more gifts. But for 2021, that isn't necessarily where my head space has been. I've been more so concerned on helping other people. What else? This is another topic that I can just get into in another video. Like, I'm thinking of what has mostly been on my mind throughout the year of 2021, and money isn't necessarily the full thing that has been on my mind. It's more so been a matter of like having relationships with people, feeling loved, making sure other people are cared for. I'm not sure how well I did with that, but all I can do is continue it and improve where necessary. This is very deep conversation to be having at nearly 12 a.m. While drinking a beer on a Friday night. Several years ago, this is not what I'd be doing, I could tell you that. I wouldn't even be able to put a sentence together right now. If this was me like 6-7 years ago, I'd be absolutely slaughtered somewhere. Probably dancing, throwing up, one of it. But I don't necessarily do that anymore, so that's self-improvement. And you know, I did improve a lot in the year of 2021. I feel like a lot of us do improve, but we don't necessarily see it because it takes day by day by day in order for the results to occur. And we're so used to seeing ourselves a certain way. We see ourselves every day in the mirror, you know what I mean? We have the same conversations with ourselves day after day, that we don't necessarily give ourselves credit for the amount of improvement that we have done throughout the year. And it is so easy for us to just feel negativity and to view ourselves in a negative way and to view other people in a negative way. And I'm starting to think that's because of how much negativity is actually going on in the world. And humans feel so helpless. We don't know how to help all of the crisis that is occurring at once. So we start to feel like shit internally. We start to feel horrible about ourselves because we just feel so helpless. We don't know what to do when we see other people struggling. We don't know if it's the right thing to do because we don't necessarily see people day after day going out of their way to help other people. I don't anyway. I mean, yes, I see people helping people, but for some reason, negativity is just something that we see so much more of. And I'm not going to blame that on social media. But I just think when a negative experience happens, or an experience happens that upsets someone, they want to share it because it's a form of therapy. So that's what gets passed around so much. Instead of the positive stories, instead of the uplifting stories, they don't get passed around as much because people don't want to share that as much. People don't want to go around telling other people what they did for someone that day. People don't want to go around telling other people that they did a nice deed because they're scared that it like cancels it out or something, you know what I mean? But when it comes to negativity and how we're feeling, people want to vent to other people because it's a form of therapy, whether it's a friend they're venting to, whether it's a parent, someone in customer service, you know what I mean? People are more willing to vent about a traumatic experience or a negative experience in their day compared to, oh yeah, so I just went to the store and I helped this other person pay for their gas. Like, people don't want to say like that because it sounds like they're bragging, and people are scared to brag because then they think, oh, other people are going to hate me if I brag. This makes sense to me. I'm not sure if it makes sense to anyone else. My guinea pig's over there chilling. She's living her best life, eating her hay. You can barely see her right there. But I hear her every night. She chomps, man, all night long. She truly has her own personality. Like, she's fully aware of like when I'm awake in my bed. Like, she wants food. She knows when I'm awake. She fully relies on me to feed her. I guess that's because I keep her in a cage. If I didn't keep her in a cage, she would just go around my room and bite and chew on whatever until she learned what was actually food and what wasn't. But obviously that is not the safest thing to do. Her cage is huge. This was a bit of a tangent, not what I expected, but this never is what I expect when I sit down and I have a conversation like this. It is never what I expect. I think that's all I have to say right now. Am I excited for Christmas? A little bit. Am I stressed for Christmas? Not Christmas itself, absolutely not. I'm not stressed to see other people or anything like that. More so just our consequences have results that are delayed, which probably makes no sense, but it sort of does. Our choices have consequences that are delayed in reality. And I just want to make sure I have enough money to support myself over the next coming weeks. And I'm going to have to do whatever it takes to make sure that occurs, which is a lot better of a mindset than me. Excuse me. Sitting here and absolutely hating myself for the choices that I've made, but that is very, very easily something that I would do. Not necessarily hate myself. I don't sit around being like, oh, I hate myself, but I do sit around being like, I hate this life, I want to die. Anyways, we're going to end it there for now. I don't really have much else to say about that. I'm dealing with it day by day. And I do see people supporting me, telling me to like help myself, get psychological help. It's a lot cheaper than suffering. However, I am aware that at the end of the day, I am the only person who can help myself. As cheesy as that may sound, or as uncomfortable as that may sound, it's just the reality of it. Like, it's all up to me. As much pressure as that may put on my shoulders, that is just the reality of it. I talk to people, they tell me to focus on myself, they tell me to do my own thing in life, which feels very, very like self-centered, narcissistic, and I don't really like that. But that is the kind of response that I get from people telling me that, you know, you can't help someone unless they want to help themselves, and I don't necessarily believe that, but apparently tons of other people do, so that's what I have to flow with, I suppose. Thanks for watching. Won't be long until it's Christmas. Tune in tomorrow. All right.